computer. I did find some things out that there's Anna. Hi, Anna. That if you are recording, you can either record it to the cloud or to your computer. And there's a little button that allows you to, that will automatically record all the chat. So that is cool. People are leaving links and emails and messages and stuff like that. So now Anna is also aware of that.
How's this, kids? Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, I hate you. Oh my God, I'm coming to your house. I'll bring the wine.
Hey, honey, you can't get in. We're at Fort Knox right now.
Oh, I can get in.
I'm at Focasiega Point off Toomey.
Okay. I know exactly where that is.
Yep, that's where we are.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, damn straight. We're on Gilligan's Island. We're not actually on the water.
We're on Gilligan's Island. How we doing, Anna? You still in work mode?
Always in the work mode. Yes.
Yeah.
I still have a lot of stuff to get done this week.
Yeah, well, that's that is I don't think ever gonna leave us. People who are entrepreneurs, we just keep working and working and working.
I still have a lot of vodka to get through this week.
Yeah.
Wow, look at this. Some of my cajoling has gotten some faces in here. Like Anna, look at this. There he is, Billy. All it took was
Bill,
me.
that
Wow,
commute is a
Bill.
little bit better this time, right?
What's that?
Hi, my friend. Hi, baby. How are ya?
I was asking Bill if his commute was better tonight, but he has his microphone muted, so we can't hear his response.
All right, I'm muted you. There you go, Bill.
How's that? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Go stick your head in a freezer.
You still living out in BFE?
Yeah, Newport Richie.
Was that closer than you were before? I feel like you were farther.
No,
Not that that's close.
nope. I was
I
still in
thought you were
Newport
farther
Richie.
than that.
No.
So only an hour and a half away. So I guess so.
That's not that far. It's only about 35, maybe 35 minutes, 40 minutes.
Yeah. Here's
So,
Jimmy
Bill,
game.
where you been, man?
And out here taking care of Pawpaw.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you were able to jump in to the meeting.
Yeah, hopefully my friend will come on tonight too. I invited a friend of mine who's actually from California. Well, he's from DC like me, but he's living in California at the moment.
What's his name?
Well, Joe Mitchell. We call him Papa Joe.
All right, 'cause I have a Jim on here that won't identify himself, so he's going to get bounced out in a second.
No, we have Joe Mitchell, or it
Um,
might say Papa Joe.
Papa
Jim,
Joe.
if you can hear us, your microphone is muted. So if you can at least talk, we'll know that you're having technical difficulties.
Anna, do you use the waiting room? Have you ever used the waiting room?
So it seems like recently it's automatically changed where it automatically makes you use the waiting room. I don't like it because you have to keep approving people and I can't figure out how to turn it off. But I haven't.
There's definitely a way. Jacqueline had some way. She has like a 24-hour meeting room for Zoom on one of her groups.
That's when you have a dedicated room. You have to pay for
Oh.
that. It's $50 a month. It's stupid. That's why I don't use Zoom primarily, and I use Google Meet or Hangouts instead.
Yeah.
I'm paying for whatever this basic first level is. We are recording this, so we record 6 to 8. So we have some good content for the planned Entrepreneur Social Club TV show, which we will drift towards as soon as the plague is over and the aliens have
Come and save the earth.
Then we'll have our reunion meeting.
How we doing, Eric Pedal Pub? You got to unmute yourself.
Right, I can hear you guys finally. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
You can hear me. And
it is.
gonna crack a beer open right now.
There we go. Tolasant. Steve
Everybody got
Rogers.
drinks? Drinks?
Emergence is drinking beer. That's funny.
I know.
Nice.
Shot, 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 shot.
Everybody, you know, if you're in the hospitality business, you hate that song because
Yeah.
it is played at every event, every time.
At
One,
least
two,
3 or
three.
4 times.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but then
Hey,
everyone
wow.
buys a round of shots. What's not to like?
if it worked, but it wore off years ago.
Yeah.
And Sweet Caroline. That's another one.
Speaking of shots, though.
Yeah, please, exactly.
Like,
Hey, I resemble that remark.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
Show
that
us
song
your
is
ribeye,
dead
baby.
now.
Boston boy.
Hands touching
Nice
hands. Ain't nobody
girl.
playing that shit.
Who's fucking excited about TB12 being here?
People play it, Chris, just like at the karaoke bars.
I want to see.
Not anymore. It's dead now.
At the karaoke bars, though? No, they still play it.
Dude, hands touching hands? No, that shit's on quarantine.
That's funny.
The karaoke bars are on quarantine.
Reaching out, touching you, touching me? Fuck no, bitch. 6 feet. Back up.
Back up.
Right.
I like the way a friend of mine put it, staying outside of melee range.
Melee.
For all the D&D players.
Yeah, that's true. Plus 12 damage. Jennifer Madsen is popping in. I have to admit, I feel important when I have to admit people. Oh, yes, you may come in. You may come in.
You're the doorman at your own club.
Yeah. Hey, look how good things are going.
Don't
What are you
have
doing?
people
I'm
to
on
do
the
this
out.
for you?
What up,
Hello.
Jennifer?
You
Remember,
should
you have
hire
to-
somebody for that. Their job is to let people in the Zoom.
remember, you have to
check
unmute
everybody's
yourself.
IDs on the way in and make sure they're not drinking at their house by themselves.
You trying to get yourself banned there, Justin?
I'm pretty sure I got an ID.
I'm pretty sure you're drinking by yourself at your house.
No, I'm saying, but like, check their IDs to make sure they're like legal.
Oh man, what would make this crazier? I mean, since we're in, for those of you who are here first time, we just
Zombies. That's the
Nudity?
only thing we're missing. We already have the apocalypse.
Oh, geez.
Bill could take his shirt off.
And you're still hitting on. You was hitting on me the other night. You was hitting on me the other night, Chris. You just can't
I
stop.
never miss an opportunity, Bill.
Anna is either not paying attention or completely unfazed by us.
I'm just unfazed.
Yeah.
she knows me well enough to know the people that I would surround myself with. So
Exactly.
see how nice.
Working
I
with
can
Michael
visit.
for a long time.
Yeah.
Been a long time.
Eric, how we doing? Jennifer, how we doing? It's nice for you to get off your motorcycle for a couple minutes. And
I was gonna ride tonight, but it has been a busy ass day, so I'm just about cooked for the day. But I'm good.
yeah, well, if you need more cookery, you can look at Chris's background.
Chris's background is the best.
Yeah.
I have to upgrade my computer clearly in order to get that to happen. Every time I try, it's like, you don't have enough of enough to be that clever.
Well, I can help you in between my drinking.
Oh, good. Are you day drinking? Good
When
for
does
you.
that happen?
Who
You
isn't
don't
day
have-
drinking?
What up, Kim Kim? What up,
Literally anyone
Talisana?
here not day drinking at this point?
Oh, Kim's got the best hat action.
Oh yeah, and my blue hair on too.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Ah.
All right. Kim
That was a legitimate
Kim.
question. Is anyone here not day drinking at this point?
Me.
I'm not.
I'm on a rider.
Oh, 3. 3?
I just started. Does that count?
No.
It's after 5. It's not day drinking. It's just regular drinking.
Yeah, regular. Yeah, 5 o'clock. Yeah. And remember, this is being recorded 6 to 8. Barry, what's up? What's up, Talisano?
Thanks for the reminder before I say something incriminating.
Or smoke
when-
something incriminating.
Kathleen, happy birthday. There's a birthday girl. Barry,
there.
what's up, Barry? Talisano. You like to drink. You're so young though, man. You remind me of me when I was young.
Who likes to drink?
What was that? I feel like we're on Hollywood Squares. I'll take Susan for the circle.
Circle takes the square.
Eric, was that your emergency beer that you're drinking?
Yeah, that's funny.
I saw it I had to buy it. It cost me $3 at the beer store down the street, and I'm just supporting local businesses, you know.
That's amazing.
I buy it for the
That's
kids.
great.
Actually, it's a pretty good tasting beer. It's just basically a kind of a light lager, but it's good. It's all right. It works.
Have a light lager. Kim, can we? You got? Oh, there we go.
You.
Oh, we can hear. Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought I could hear you with your little red mute. I'm like, how does she talk with the mute on? What
Jedi
up,
mind
John?
tricks.
John Pereira's iPhone. Thank you for the iPhone part.
Your ceiling is pretty.
I'm gonna rename you.
Well, we see how well the iPhones work.
I'm gonna rename you because I have that kind of power. There you go.
Hey, that's not fair. Dinner's later. This is too early for dinner. We don't do our dinner this early.
Where's Susan? Susan, show us your meat. Look at that. Ribeye. Oh my God.
Ribeye, kids. Fucking ribeye.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's happening for me tomorrow.
Back in town.
Wow.
Hey, there.
Wow. So what was it? So the first question was, who's day drinking already? If you're
No,
drinking
who's
during the
not
day.
day drinking? Who's not day drinking? That's the smaller number.
I'm not.
So that's 2.
Define
5.
day drinking.
Anything before 5 o'clock.
Define day drinking.
A single sip before 5 o'clock is day drinking.
I would go off the road if you're driving.
Let's see.
Susan, make me a drink, and we'll talk about it.
John, you're muted. Okay, it looks like you're unmuted
John,
now.
can you hear us now?
Boy,
Looks
those
like we're-
iPhones work great.
From that point of view, it looks like we're a toilet seat or something. You know, it's like, come on.
Now, I would rather be day drinking more, but
What
it hasn't
up?
worked out that way.
Social club.
What up?
Well, my
What
neighbor.
up?
He just moved here from the Boston area.
Oh yeah, go Rays.
Bostonians.
You wicked smart.
Oh, nice, Kathleen.
We're wicked smart.
Dig in the hair.
You got all my neighbors
Oh,
coming
look at
now.
this.
I need a haircut.
I'm having my break. That's his wife, Kathy. You need a break. She's
What up, Lady Kathy?
That's my friend
I can't
Kathy.
hear you with these things in my ears. What?
She's got the
Which
world's
marinade would you like?
best girl.
Pick one. What is he eating?
Eating. That looks delicious.
I came over to see the ribeye.
Love you all. I'm going to go talk to my mom now for our evening chat.
Jennifer, nice to
Bye.
see
Take care.
you. Bye,
What a
Mom.
good girl.
Dad, I'll be back later.
All right, we're here.
See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
Gotta eat my dinner.
I'm delivering a meal to my parents. This is the first time they're physically going to see me in 3 weeks.
Who was
Big
that?
one.
Who was saying that?
Where are they?
They're in Lando Lakes. I baked the chicken, stuffed it with some garlic and onions and mushrooms, and it's going to be delicious.
Wow, sounds good. Is that your
Bill,
first
that's
attempt?
where I thought you were. Were you never in Lando Lakes ever? Because I thought you
No.
were in Lando Lakes at some point.
No, I lived in Wesley Chapel.
No, I was talking to Bill. You reminded
Oh,
you
well,
said
that's my
Lando
middle name,
Lakes, but
Bill.
you reminded me. I thought it was Bill was over there.
No.
Okay. I just have a terrible memory. It goes with the smoking and the drinking.
And the crossing of the wires.
Crossing of the streams. Never cross the streams.
Never cross the streams. So I got a Gustavo is waiting to join us. Let's see who this is. Eric Pedal Pub, what up?
That's
What up?
amazing, Eric.
Wow, look at this freak show. What up,
Ah,
what up, Gustavo? What up, Kyle?
Hello.
Yo, yo.
Tim, what's up with this hat?
Whose hat?
I don't know. It's one of our Halloween props. I just grabbed it along with the wig.
Okay. Does it like go with the background, or you just grabbed it randomly?
Oh, my background was from yesterday.
That's my hat from my plague doctor outfit.
Oh, there you go.
Plague doctor.
So kind of appropriate, actually. You should bust out the rest of it.
I should. Yeah, maybe I'll go get it.
I talked to a friend of mine that I grew up with, Art, and we came up with a name for the first party we're going to throw. Masquerade, a masquerade ball. MASKARID, like masquerade, but getting rid of your mask, masquerade. You have to wear a mask, but not on your face.
Where do you wear it?
Where would you wear your mask?
Well, there you go. And keep in mind, we are recording this 6 to 8, the Entrepreneur Social Club. We got a few people to jump in we haven't seen in a while, like Nardo down there. What up? You're muted.
We can't hear you. You're muted though. There you go.
All right, now you're unmuted.
My first Zoom social meeting, I would say.
Yeah, well, it'll be a lot of social. Drinking and smoking is allowed, so how about it?
Except you are being recorded if anything is incriminating.
I'm done.
How long did it take you guys to make the hand sanitizer? Was that a big switch, or did you just learn the formula, or?
Nah, we're using the CDC recommended formula, which is like overkill. It's 80%, but there's like no guidelines. As long as you're doing it properly, and everything's done accurately, you use their label, they're just doing whatever they can to, fill in the gaps of the lack of the product in the market. We're just getting crushed because we've been buying stuff for 11 years, packaging, this and that. Now everybody's crowding the space to get their hands on it. My cost of my regular stuff's going up like 2-3 times the 2-3x.
Wow.
But we're not changing any of our prices to our regular, to our product line for our customers. We're just gonna tighten the ship up, ride out the storm, and then get back to the normal margins we operate on.
Yeah,
we're having the same issue. I do marketing consulting for a CBD company, and they're doing hand sanitizer, but same thing. The holdup is the packaging. Packaging is so hard to get right now.
Mm-hmm. We were literally going in our warehouse, digging through packaging that we've had there for a couple of years. We want to be careful, make sure it's not contaminated, but we're just like, we have 1 ounce bottles. I found a case of 8 ounce. I mean, it's anything we could possibly do right now. We're trying to do.
Well, I mean, isn't the point of the 80% alcohol that it kills whatever it's like? Does it matter if it's contaminated at that point? It's 80% alcohol.
Yeah, true. But we still have to, follow protocol because we're not someone who's picking up and doing this. We still have inspections and things. I mean, it's still our business. 60% is really all you need, but the 80%, they are just making sure that if you don't do the math properly, you're still going to kill bacteria.
Right.
I got a phone call. I'm checking on someone, so I'm going to mute myself. I'll be back in a sec.
All right, we'll be waiting patiently.
Bated breath, right?
For everyone who is applying for Triple P. Anybody on here applying for that?
We did.
Yeah.
We just got confirmation from our banker that we've been approved, and we expect to be funded by early next week.
Wow. What bank did you use, Chris?
What bank?
Service First.
Okay, yeah. SunTrust, actually, we got very lucky. They used us as kind of an example, and they're showing you the steps, but they were late to the game. I mean, we didn't get our application until Sunday.
I will say that they didn't go as high as we had hoped for, because we had originally went in for the max 2.5 times payroll, 2.5 times monthly payroll, and they came in about $100K under that, but it'll still help us significantly, so we're happy for it.
Do you know what the relief percentage is? You think you'll pay anything back?
I mean, we are basically a poster child for using the funds correctly according to their guidelines. So we should achieve about 100% forgiveness.
I'm pretty confident that they're going to evaluate businesses, but if you do things properly and they do their due diligence, they might be like, just keep it. I mean, even if not, if it's the 1%, whatever it is, it's still worth it. But it'd be a great feeling if they say 100% forgiveness.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah, that's how we went into it. We did the 2.5 as well, but I haven't heard anything. It didn't. There was not like you got a number. You uploaded all the documents. There was a little confusion as to exactly what some of they said bank statements. Well, how long do you actually want? Anyways, but there was no like a final confirmation. Like, hey, everything's uploaded now. You're in a queue.
Yeah. See, we're seeing phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they actually have everything to, just like the final step. I mean, it shows you all the processing of where we are at. We have a portal that we can see that.
Oh wow!
What bank is that through? What bank?
That's through SunTrust.
SunTrust.
Yeah, they actually got over 1 million applications, and since they now are Truist with the merge of BB&T, they're getting obviously both the funding. So you have to tell them who you're actually with prior, and then we're very fortunate that one of our bankers is a close friend. She's just like, this has never been done before. We need to kind of, like you said, use you as a poster child to see what you could do. Use some kind of protocol for what's going on.
I think we're at stage 4 right now, which is the creation of the funding account. And they said that was supposed to be done like by the end of today or beginning of tomorrow. And then we're expecting the actual funding to hit early next week, Monday or Tuesday.
PayPal or QuickBooks sent us a link. We're going to try and gather you documents to make it easier. We just, our CPAs, we're very close with them. It did take quite a bit of time. It's going to be definitely challenging for some people that don't have, some extra resources, because they asked for a lot of documents that we're just not looking at daily or even monthly or even annually.
Yeah, it was some work, but
they definitely seemed like they wanted a lot of information.
They're just waiting, I think, some of the applicants.
I think it's probably harder for smaller businesses. I mean, remember we talked in a previous meeting about like sort of tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 businesses within the small business scale, and a lot of folks are tier 1 businesses where, you're less than 5 employees, you're less than $1 million in annual revenue. And I think those are the people who are going to have the hardest time trying to negotiate the documentation requirements and shit. Whereas, we've got a dedicated person who handles all of that for the business all the time anyways. So that's just their job,
This is my brother, Dan. He just happened to be in the house.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What up?
Hey, he actually,
Long time, Mike.
He filled out the application. What were some of the forms? Because I'd never heard these numbers before.
Oh yeah, it was a fun process. Let me tell you.
I bet. I love the hair, dude.
Anybody who hasn't done it, thank you. Anybody who hasn't done it yet or anything like that, just make sure you have your 940, 941, RT6. If you have IRAs or anything like that, make sure you contact your IRAs. Make sure you have the documentations for that, your start date. The adoption application, how much you contribute, the percentage is important. I'm trying to think anything else that I really had to pull that up, other than, but mainly the biggest form is your 940, 941, RT6s. That's going to pull a lot of information for you.
Is everybody an employee?
Also, they asked us what the percentages in our partnership were across our board.
We looked up our K1s. I forgot what we had.
Yeah.
They pulled K1s on all of us, right?
I was trying to fight over who had more shares.
We looked up. I think we spent about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour on one of the fields, and we inserted $2. It was something we don't even know.
It was some random field, and I seriously did so much research, and then it came down to be $2, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But they needed it.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. But I actually just got an update from them today, which is cool. As Kyle mentioned with the banking, there's a live portal. So it is kind of nice. It's almost like that Domino's pizza tracker. Like, we're making your pizza. They're literally updating you throughout the process and telling you, okay, we're on this step. So at least you feel a little comfortable knowing they're doing something with your paperwork.
Yeah, I have regions and it didn't, it was there and then it just kind of stopped. Like I uploaded everything, I got the number, but there's nothing happening after that.
It's a new process. They're creating new protocol and procedures, and all the fine print. I mean, it must have been a lot for a crash course.
Yeah.
No, mine was regions as well. It took me from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Working on it with my CPA. One of the questions was a form to show how many employees that I have. Or I have 2 employees. I literally wrote it on a paper and made a PDF and put that in. Like, I don't know where's this form that is officially says.
Or what do you really want us
I'm
to do?
like, what? So it was, but I haven't heard anything either. But mine is also regions. It was the same. It even says like, basically, you're not going to be able to like feel like you did it. It's not like, I did it, because it doesn't look like it's over, and you're like,
there's no final confirmation. It's just kind of like upload your shit and then upload it, and then
and I'm afraid to click off of it. It's just going to sit on my laptop until I get approved, because I can't. I'm afraid to click it off.
When did they open the application process? Because I was getting jealous of everybody had like Bank of America, because they were like
Third.
Friday.
So you were Friday?
I think
Okay.
it was Friday.
I did mine Saturday, Sunday. I finished it
Chase was
Sunday.
Saturday for us because I bank with Chase as well, and then SunTrust was Sunday. We're like, I guess you put down everything you're doing because you got to get there first.
Yeah, because it feels like you're off to the races because everybody's competing to
But
do
they're
this.
gonna. I think they're equally looking.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Because we know it's going to run out of funding immediately.
The PTSD.
I was reading an article said that they did run out of funding and they're thinking about the second round, but like it's probably like what's been applied for, not what's been dispersed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They
think
don't really know
something-
what they haven't released anything.
And
yet.
I think
they're probably
something-
looking at a ratio. But I did talk to the banker personally, and she goes, "Look, someone applied in that had started a business in February. We clearly know they're not someone we're going to be able to do a forgiveness loan with at any percent that would really matter." So she just said we're still getting multiple people that are just really not a factor that we're going to look into.
Mm-hmm. Kyle, is you're talking to your banker and they're the one actually processing the loan?
She manages 22 locations, and she is like, right now I can only go up to stage 3, but tomorrow I get training for stage 4. So I'm sure you're going to get approval for stage 4 tomorrow. They literally, like I said, this has not been done before. She said Friday they tried to launch it. They had to go back and do more, fine print, and then they go back and relaunch it. I mean, it's someone we're very fortunate with working with someone directly, but I hope people get the same experience if they, have a relationship with a banker. But it's day one, banks, law. I mean, that's something we always had to have kind of, a close relationship with.
Kyle, the tracking that you're talking about, is that something that's through your bank, or is it somewhere you logged into the SBA to see kind of where things were in the process?
It's
Actually bank. It's actually bank. So I guess.
And I mean, it could be. Could you have access?
Because my bank's not doing that.
Yeah, your bank's not. So yeah, I'm surprised because usually sometimes SunTrust
Who are
is
you
a
with?
smaller bank compared to these big guys.
Pilot Bank.
Okay, Pilot. But I mean, well, somebody mentioned they're with Regions, and they don't have that as well. The update to the process, Michelle.
No, I didn't know if they did, so that's why if you see me disappear, I'm gonna go look and see.
Yeah.
I didn't know that would exist, so maybe I can find.
No, you would actually know if you've done it because you said you did it Friday. Because I've had about 6 emails so far letting me know, hey, sit put, you're on to the next phase. There's nothing you need to do at this time, but we want to let you know they're actually doing a good job keeping us updated. But again, that may be a SunTrust.
You have the option. You have the option to sign up for notifications.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're not getting anything like that. We don't have a tracker through Service First or anything else.
Yeah.
However, our commercial banker, we have a great relationship with. He started the process for us before they'd even finalized what the application process is going to be. Just started compiling paperwork and putting it all together. Yeah. That was a week ago, last Thursday. And then and everybody was like, "Oh, we got these sample forms last Thursday," and it was like, okay, but I don't even think that's necessarily what the final form is going to be. It's like that's an example of what it might be. And then we ended up working with him. It's Chris Blaze at Service First. We ended up working with him all through the weekend, and we were finished on Monday. We had gotten our number back on Monday or maybe Tuesday. We got our number back pretty quick. But then it was in consideration for 3 days, and we had went for I think 370 or 380 total, and then we just got confirmation back that we got approved for 240.
We were under what we had wanted as well, but we were like, you know what, this time, let's just do whatever. It took this much to get there. Let's just keep moving forward.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with how you're paying yourself. I mean, if you're paying yourself.
We're an S Corp. We do distributions.
A lot of distributions didn't play a role.
It's a tax, Medicare, or Social Security. You kind of avoid, it's federally, taxed.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it was all based on the previous 12-month thing as well. And like what we've always done is anytime we're dealing with cash flow issues, leadership will skip a paycheck or two just to make sure the cash flow was solid.
Sure.
And that actually counted against us because it wasn't part of the total payroll average.
Yeah, unfortunately, one of the things they say is always try and maintain that payroll amount. That's a big thing. Yeah.
What about if you just hired somebody? Because we just hired somebody end of December in a significant role. So there's no 12 months, previous, but.
That's another, obviously it's a big gray area because they're trying to go off of that. I think bringing on new people is going to be something a little bit more forgiving about because you're bringing in a new staff member. But something like saying last month you threw another 20 grand your way because you knew this loan was coming, they're going to raise a little scrutiny to that. I think that's the stuff they're looking at. If you think you deserve to pay yourself more when the last 12 months you haven't been paying yourself that. People are trying that.
Our banker told us that
they're trying.
A month ago, people were already interested in trying to hack this and do some kind of fraudulent cases.
Yeah.
I mean, she's actually saying that there's more wrong with this than there's going to be good at the end of the day.
And as Kyle just mentioned, people are filling out this loan because they just started a business. They're just trying to get the money right now when really there's no history. The history
reminds me of BP oil spill, but there's no one to really blame.
Yeah.
We're talking about the U.S. government here. So are you really getting your hopes up? I mean,
I'm hoarding my forever stamps from the post office.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully we go and reconnect in a few months and see what's going on with it. But like you said, it's a lot to happen very quick with what we're facing in a very short period of time.
Yeah, and then they have to figure out how to develop all the web resources for everyone. And I know how much I've been dealing with my web shit. I mean, I don't have the budget of the government, but it takes a minute to fucking get all the kinks out. So now you got to also have all the banks linking up with it. It's like, how the fuck do you make all that shit happen?
Our platform for just SunTrust was down 3 or 4 days last week for many hours.
Bank of America was down when I went through. I hit the submit button and it just wasn't submitting.
It's crazy.
Bank of America.
That's the thing, and I mean they're pretty large banks. I heard Bank of Tampa, they've been kind of becoming a little more popular in the Largo St. Pete area, in Largo area on Bryan Dairy. A friend of mine went there early, and everything was working out great, but they kind of, like you guys said, they're literally just at a standstill, an actual pause, no update every day. So, maybe the larger banks are a little bit easier to work
with. Bank of America, when you filed, did you have any updates with your loan process?
I got an update like 5 hours after I submitted.
I was curious, just because that's a big bank. That's why I was wondering if maybe you guys.
Well, they emailed me back that afternoon. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they were starting to give out how many applicants, how much money's.
What was interesting though is when they wanted me to figure out all my payroll stuff, they said just your employees, but most of my staff are independent contractors. So we take a lot of income, or I pay my independent contractors. I think it was like, I'm a smaller business. I think 208,000 last year in payroll for my independent contractors, and like each month I do maybe 5,800 for my employees. So I'm not gonna get as much for my employees. Yep. But then when they that afternoon when they said they accepted it, they said make sure to take note of all your independent contractor payroll as well. They didn't ask me that the first time, but on the second step, once they accepted it, they said we need that too. So I don't know if that means I can renegotiate for a higher amount after this or what.
That's what I did. I put in my independent contractors. We have like 6 or 7 core people, and it was a blend of W-9 and 1099. So I put it all in, but I haven't heard anything other than,
Like, what was your bank?
Regions.
Okay, so a lot of regions.
Yeah, and the people are nice. I mean, they're all friendly and helpful, but
Personally, I think they're trying to just make this process easier, and they're just trying to show you, okay, this is your payroll amount times 2.5, and here's your loan amount. And I just think they were just trying to just make everybody just think that's it and just move on from there. When clearly some people are more savvy going, wait a minute, I pay, independent contractors.
Well, if you own a pizzeria and it's you and a couple guys and you're taking some cash, I mean, I think it's going to be hard for those people to actually get what they would normally deserve from this.
And those are the ones that need it the most.
We're not getting the numbers. It's
yeah.
No, you're right. And that's
independent contractors have no benefits, so yeah, definitely need the money the most.
Yep.
Yeah. And they might say, look, here's $5,000, $10,000 forgiveness. and some people might just say, you know what, I'll take it 3 months from now, and they're not thinking about, or even a month from now, they're not thinking about the last few weeks, and just kind of like, you know, hey, I got something for almost nothing. I mean, it's. What's the loan up to? $1 million? What's the max?
10?
I think it's 10 million.
I know, that's a good question.
It was 10 million.
I had 2 million in my head, but 3 or 4 people said 10 million, so maybe
That's
it's
10 million.
Yeah, we just submitted paperwork and the accountant took care of the rest for us. I mean, having someone in your corner like that was really the only reason why we got the bank to kind of work with us for using us to represent the next group after us and how they're going to kind of make this take place.
That's just because you guys are famous and sexy. I think that's the.
Should I do this Skype with my shirt on or off? I said intentionally.
We had suggested shirtless meetings earlier.
Yeah.
No, 6 feet apart.
Yeah, Chris keeps trying to get me to take my clothes off. So.
How's everybody's business doing? Do you guys mind just going through what you guys have for a company? I recognize a lot of the faces, but I know.
Yeah, why don't we do our pitches? We'll start. I don't know how you guys see the screen, so I'll just call people out. I'll go first, and then I'll just call your name. So, hey everybody, I'm Michael Novella, the founder of Nova 535 Unique Event Space and the Entrepreneur Social Club. And I've recently written a book called "It's 5 a.m. Go Home: Weddings, Parties, and Events." They're so good, people literally won't leave. And my name is Michael Novella, Nova 535. Let's go to Justin Petro now.
Hi, Justin Petro, Advanced Millennium Computers. I used to fix computers. Now I burn money and fuck off. So, Justin Petro, Advanced Millennium Computers.
Nice. Chris Jenkins.
Chris Jenkins. I'm Chief Digital Officer at the Symphony Agency, along with sitting on the board of a couple of other tech startups. For us, I mean, it's business as usual because most of our stuff is either project work or recurring monthly services, and that's all like just going on like normal, except our teams are fully remote now, so I'm managing them all remotely. The only thing that I've really noticed, aside from us being all remote, is that AR is a little soft. Normally, like in the last week of the month, we probably collect 80 to 90K as people are getting their accounts caught up right before the next billing cycle started. And we collected $0 in the last month of March. So that was unexpected and started to put us into a little bit of concern. If this loan didn't come through, it would have definitely been like, we have to make some hard decisions over the next few weeks.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. And to answer your guys' question, with Nova, we're completely closed down. So the middle of March, so we're at 0. We've been able to reschedule everybody, most everybody. But yeah, AR has dropped way down. So even though people are still on the hook, you know, they're not thrilled about wanting to pay anything right now. We'll switch to Anna with Marry Me Tampa Bay.
Hi everyone, it's my first Entrepreneur Social Club. Michael's only tried to get me to come for about 5 years now, so here I am.
Only took a plague.
So Anna Coates, I'm the editor and owner of Marry Me Tampa Bay. We're a local wedding publication. I'm also the owner of Tampa Bay Influencers, which matches local businesses with online influencers. And I do marketing consulting for the CBD industry. Specifically, I work with Core Organic, which is a local organic CBD manufacturer here in Tampa Bay. But Anna Coates with 10,000 businesses.
Nice. Welcome, Anna. And Bill Kaysen, you're next.
My name is Bill Kaysen, and I have owned Kaysen Marketing for the last 13 years. I've sold different products and services direct to consumer. And just recently, though, I've started Sun Crew Energy, and we are a solar company. We do residential, commercial, solar. We also do energy consulting and things like that. So help you find out where your energy is being wasted, and we can help with that. Bill Kaysen, Sun Crew Energy.
Welcome, Bill. Eric with Pedal Pub. Hold on, unmute. There you go. One more time. Unmute. All right, let me try. Eric, unmute and go.
All right. Name is Eric. I am with Pedal Pub. I am the founder of Pedal Pub. And Pedal Pub has got 0 sales right now. In fact, I've refunded everybody. I'm hoping that I can make it through the next couple of months and offer you all a free ride on Pedal Pup. I got Eric Olson, Pedal Pup, St. Pete.
Nice. Sorry to hear about your at zero AR, Eric. We'll switch to Kim with V Spicery.
Kim Jenkins, V Spicery, providing the freshest seasonings in the Bay Area for the last almost 17 years now. Our business is actually doing pretty well. With everybody cooking from home, the demand is huge, and we're getting a lot of large contracts with like real estate companies that want to give gifts and stuff like that. So super thankful for all that. And just a quick note, I looked up the SBA loans, and the cap is $5 million for 500 employees and under. Kim Jenkins, V Spicery.
Thank you, Kim. Christopher Tolosano. Unmute yourself. You're funny.
I know how it works. I was playing a silent movie for you. Didn't you get the plot? Christopher Tolosano, Best Day Fitness and Floats. We have float therapy, which you can't do right now, and we have fitness, which you can't do right now. So other than that, we're converting over to virtual services, one-on-one virtual sessions. We're also doing group classes and physical therapy and health coaching and all that other stuff that you can do virtually. So Best Day Fitness and Floats, Best Day Virtual Services, Christopher Tolosano.
Welcome back, Chris. Gustavo.
Hey, it's Gustavo Ramirez here, owner at Driven Image, Clearwater, Florida. Specialize in collision repair and automotive customization. Second business, day trading. Been doing that for about 11 years now. I'm still open. Automotive repair, still essential service. Slowed down a little bit, but we have plenty of work. This week we got busy, so everything's good on this end.
Very cool. And your name again?
Gustavo Ramirez.
Nice. And how about the Nardo brothers?
You can jump in.
Nardo brothers?
Two of the four brothers, Kyle, Danny, 11 years ago started in a kitchen in St. Pete. And we didn't think we'd make it sanitizer, but we launched it. And today had quite a few different hospitals and different groups come up, donated over 1,000 units of product. And I think we're gonna get some really good coverage from it, but really not profiting much. We're just using it really to build a customer base and organically grow the name through some social media. And at the end of the day, it's a really good cause. And we definitely are getting some really nice feedback from some of the people risking their lives in the front line.
And what's the name of the company?
Nardo's Natural. Our last name is Master Nardo. Can't fit that on a label though.
Yeah, you can, but it's a big bottle.
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. All right. Jennifer with Just Cause.
Hey, my name is Jennifer, and I am the owner and founder of Just Cause Chocolates. I make homemade dark chocolate cups with peanut butter, almond butter, and raspberry. And last night I tried vegan chocolates for the first time with almond butter. Jennifer, Just Cause Chocolates.
Nice. Welcome back. Good to see you. Jennifer or Melissa. Michelle with CBD. Hold on, I need to unmute you. All right, go ahead.
Hey guys, Michelle from your CBD store and spa. We are no longer having a spa, but the store is doing okay. We have been doing free delivery, free shipping, and free pickup, contact-free pickup. And our regular customers have been coming back. We haven't been obtaining lots of new customers, but my loyal customer base, thank goodness, has been coming back. So I'm doing okay so far. And yeah, your CBD store, St. Pete.
Welcome back, Entrepreneur Joe.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Joe Miller, and not really too sure what I do right now. I've been doing like a lot of different things, and with everything going on, I think I want to do sales this summer. I'm trying to still figure it out, but things are going okay. My name is Joe Miller. Yeah, I don't know.
All right, welcome back, Joe. Good to see you. Tony, Micah, ladies, I'll unmute you. There you go, Tony.
You did it. Hello, glad you came in now because I go and have some dinner and come back later. Tony Michaelis, former music promoter, publicist, and now author, speaker. I've just written another book because I was bored. Tony Michaelidis.
Welcome back, Tony. Good to see you, my friend. We'll do Barry Lively. Barry, I've unmuted you. All right, go ahead. Barry, are you live? You look frozen. We'll skip Barry. We'll go to Julia. Julia? Julia? Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Marie, and currently I'm helping out a Path to Wellness, keeping them alive and keeping other people alive. Using my master herbalist skills, I'm able to help people on a different level and help understand their bodies better because herbs are the way to go. So keep it all herbal.
Very good. Thank you, Julia. Bill Kaysen, I will trying to unmute you, but it doesn't. All right, Bill, there you go.
You already went.
There you go, my friend.
I already went.
Oh, you already went. All right, well, Kath, what the fuck do I know? It's my first time. Kathleen.
Hey there, I'm Kathleen Seide with Seide Realty. We've been in business as a brokerage for residential resale for about 11 years, operating up in Gainesville, Florida and in St. Pete. I specialize in helping people find the right house for their lifestyle. So looking at neighborhoods, looking at, I have a history of renovation expertise. So looking at possible problems or solutions to problems before they get to the inspection period, save you money, save you headache, that sort of thing along the way. I'm still helping some people buy and sell property right now. You know, it's reduced, but there are people that are in situations that definitely need to change. So we're helping them through that. And I have a few people popping up lately that are wanting to take advantage of prices being suppressed, assuming that they will be. I haven't really seen that drop off happen yet, but there's definitely been a reduction in demand. So we'll see whether supply also falls shorter and kind of keeps pace with that, or if supply stays high, then there'll be a pressure on prices. So Kathleen Seide with Seide Realty.
Welcome back. Nice to see you and happy birthday. We
Thank you.
Two of us went bike riding last night. Kathleen turned 21 finally, so congratulations.
Yay.
Papa Joe, I don't know where you went. I think you're new.
He is a friend of mine that I invited this evening.
Okay, does he want a pitch, or is he going to be on board?
Yeah, I don't know where he went. Hey Joe, are you there?
Papa Joe.
He's actually in LA.
Okay. Well, while he gets Julia, your screen looks blurry. I don't know if you guys, some of you might want to wipe your actual camera lens. I got in the habit of doing that because, you know, when I don't know if you can see my phone, but you know, hands are all over our phones. So I just got in the habit of wiping my screen. So maybe some of you might have a less blurry, or because I haven't started drinking yet, so you can't be that blurry. Papa Joe, if you unmute yourself and tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Hi. Hi, everybody. My name is Papa Joe Aviance. I'm an entrepreneur, author, two-time best-selling author on Amazon as of today. Lost 250 pounds by walking. And my book is called Balancing the Scales. And I'm also a television producer for a new animated series called Electric Negro.
Wow, very cool.
Thank you.
So welcome to the Entrepreneur Social Club. The rules are pretty simple. No religion, no politics, no liars, no bullies, no thieves. We're here to have a good time. It's adults only. So say whatever the fuck you want. We are recording this because we are moving towards a Entrepreneur Social Club TV show. And so we're just trying to navigate, you know, that along with the plague. So welcome. I think everybody pitched, didn't they? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do something that
Yeah.
we. Huh?
I think everybody did.
Who did we miss?
It was me.
What?
I don't know.
Oh, Barry. Yeah, Barry, you were frozen up. Are you back?
Am I frozen up right now? Looks like
well, we can't
I can
see
see
your
I'm
beautiful
moving.
face, but you're we can hear you a little bit. So why don't you tell us who you are?
Okay, Barry Lively, Be Lively Images. It says my video is going.
Barry is a incredible photographer and videographer. He's done many events for us at Nova 535. And
hello?
Yep.
And the architectural side is doing very well. I've been doing a lot of 3D.
He does 3D photo shoots of your property.
Did Christopher Cummins closed the deal already. Working out well on the real estate side because it is I feel like somewhat essential.
Okay. All right, Barry. Nice to well, I can't even say nice to see you because we can't see you, but so we do a segment called Wants and Needs. So this would be a quick, we call it speed dating meets Craigslist. So it'd be like, hey, I need somebody in the spice business, and Kim would be like, I am in the spice business, or I know about it, and then you can talk about it later through the chat, which is being recorded, and I'll share that with you, or you can hook up later. So who has a want or need, keeping in mind, of course, that yes, we all need more money. Yes, we all need a vacation. Yes. Michelle.
Yeah, am I unmuted? Yes. So I've been trying to look into this for a while, but now I'm like, hey, this is a really good time. So I'm looking for an influencer, a social media influencer. So I started looking online, like, oh, what is this really? It's a whole thing. It's a whole, like, I need to go to school and learn this. I don't really want to go to school and learn it. So I'm looking for someone who has gone to school, someone who can help me, who to pick, why to pick them, and give them some product, let them talk about it, that kind of thing.
If you look up into the corner, you see Anna Coates.
I already private messenger, and she works in CBD, so that's probably why I arrived here tonight. But anyone else, just in case she may have a conflict of interest, so I may, want a second, person as well. But yes, I'm pretty amazed that she's here. Hi, Anna.
Well, you probably have a lot of people on the screen that are doing CB +++. So whether it's what we call normal dose or adult strength.
I plead the fifth.
I plead the fifth. Okay, anybody else who has a want or need? Anybody?
I guess I have a weird want or need. I guess I have this beautiful studio. Do you think people, like other trainers and healthcare practitioners, would want to rent the space out to do virtual meetings? Is that something I should look into, or is that just they can just do it from their living room? And
I mean, it's pretty
or
easy.
Videos.
Say again?
They might want to do videos in your space, like use it as a studio for recording material for content.
I mean, I've got an empty space and it's beautiful, and I got professional lighting, and it's a gym environment with lots of equipment. So I figure if there's anybody that wants to up their game when it comes to like in-home virtual stuff, they could, I don't know. I was just thinking about using the space somehow, and they can park in the back and nobody knows they're here, and you just, do some video and get out of here. So, cause we're not essential. So I can't technically rent the space out. We're not supposed to be in here. So I don't know. I was just
Ask a
thinking.
few friends.
Yeah, I mean, just put some feelers out there. If it's something that I could get some income in, because it's a beautiful space that I spend lots of time and money on making beautiful. So
Where are you located?
we're down by Pasadena, right on First Ave South and 66th Street.
What's the name of the studio?
Best Day Fitness. I'll take you guys on a journey.
Best Day.
So that's this is from the front door looking in. So I got a little hydroponics garden over there, some equipment over here. And then we got the whole back space. We got the float room in there. So, but nobody can float right now. But then we got this whole back space, just like a little yoga studio back here.
Isn't floating the ultimate social distancing? You're in a locked room tub by yourself.
Yeah, and then there's the parking lots right back here. So you can literally just park back here and just walk in the back and shut the doors, and you can have the space yourself. So I don't know,
Thank you, Chris. I'll ask you guys this until we transition. So obviously this is kind of well, this is the first time that this has happened at this level, but we're not assuming it's going to be the last, right? Like this is going to happen again with another type of quarantine. So raise your hand if you think this is going to happen again. I don't know if we could.
Not anytime recent. Not anytime. Not anytime soon.
It looks like most of us. And then the second question would be, how soon?
Within a few years, because the way that the viruses have been mutating has been exponential in the past 100 years. Like in the past, since 2009, we went from H1N1 to like SARS and SARS-2 and all the COVIDs coming out. And it's like, before that, you didn't have anything like this coming out this frequently since, you know, for like 20 years before that, or 30 years. I don't know what the stats are, but you got like the Spanish flu and the Hong Kong flu and all these flus that come up. But now it's like one after another for like the past 10 years. And I don't see it like settling down anytime soon. That's what there's mutating faster and faster. We can make vaccines for each one, but it takes us time to do it. So we're going to have to shut down again and be on quarantine again soon. Like maybe a year.
So that would be the second question. Thank you, Chris, would be, it's going to happen again. And then how soon? So really, would it happen in 2020 again? Will they have a fall shutdown? If you think so.
I think we're still going to be shut down in the fall.
Yeah.
It's not going to be another one. We're just still going to be shut down.
If we're shut down, the economy's collapsed.
The economy is fucked. Why do you think I'm fucking drinking and fucking off? Let's live this till it fucking burns down.
All right. So what we'll do, while we do that, let's welcome Seth jumped in. Seth, will you give us your pitch, please? And of course, we are recording this 6 to 8. So Seth with Minecraft hosting.
Hi, my name is Seth Maddox with Apex Minecraft Hosting, also with Bearcon. We started as an internet web development company. We're making websites for people, but to make side projects to develop our portfolio, we decided to practice various business models, and they turned into a couple seven-figure companies. The one that I majorly rep right now is Apex Minecraft Hosting. We're one of the oldest, largest Minecraft hosting companies in the world. And currently it's kind of booming from quarantine. So we're just doing what we can to kind of keep up, which is a lot of support work at this point. My name is Seth Maddox with Apex Minecraft Hosting.
Nice. Welcome back, Seth. Max Glazer. How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm back, kids.
All right, welcome back, Susan. Max is pitching.
Max Glazer, Shave Cave, barbershop downtown St. Pete. What's up, boys? Just currently closed, so I can't really pitch anything. We are currently shut down. I'm now concentrating on products, catching up. I was way behind because of the construction of the barbershop, so now I've been in the lab and getting things done, and online will be back up and running early next week, and just gonna shift for the next month or so until, well, it really should have been up anyway. I just fell behind, so now back on that, concentrating on other aspects of the business, and just hoping to be able to reopen the shop soon.
Welcome back, Max. You might want to talk to, I just added Nardos to the end of their name. They're on the screen. Nardos Naturals, they do, how long has it been now, guys? 6, 7, 8, 9 years?
11.
It's been a while.
Never heard of those guys.
What's that?
Never heard of those guys.
Yeah, right. So okay, so you guys know each other. All right, fuck off. Who else hasn't pitched yet? Petcha, there you go. Say hi. Who else is here? Everybody else. Susan. Oh yeah, Susan. Hold on. Okay, Susan.
Hi, my name is Susan Leonidas, and I am with your Genuine Passionate Life. What that is a life coaching business where I help you identify your top 5 passions, and then we create a vision board to manifest it in your life.
Welcome back. How was the ribeye? You were cooking a.
It was so freaking good. I just like devoured it.
I hate
Next
you.
time I'll cook one for you, Mike.
Well, thank you. Welcome back. We're doing wants and needs. So did anybody that jumped in late?
Introduction. I still have wants and needs. Introductions.
Okay. Like introductions to. Well, Anna works with influencers.
Introductions to anybody, to those people you know who are out of work and they weren't happy what they were doing. I can show them a way where they can actually manifest their dream job or their dream career or anything that they want out of life.
Okay. You know, Joe, I don't know, where did Joe Miller go? Entrepreneur Joe. I took that test from somebody
Carol
else.
Brooke.
Yeah, from several years ago, and it actually works really well. It takes maybe an hour, hour and a half, depending on your speed. But it asks you questions, this versus this, okay, this versus this, okay, and it pushes you all the way down to make a singular answer as to what is the thing that gives you the most happiness or most passion. So I found it very.
You're supposed to travel?
It was actually making people laugh was my number one thing that I enjoy.
You do it so well, Mike.
Thank you. Anybody else pop in? Okay, any other wants or needs? Steph? I see your hand
Yeah,
up.
Penthia's actually got a wants and a need, and it probably is going to relate to everybody here.
Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Petya. Hi Julia. Hi, so I work for the city of St. Pete, and I'm member of the Good Burger Awards Committee for the Chamber of Commerce, and we're wondering what can we do to celebrate all these local businesses. Oh, hi Justin. All the local businesses that are struggling right now, and we're going to completely change the awards to different levels of a good burger. So I was just wondering.
Who is not familiar with the Good Burger Award? I was nominated twice and won 0, so I'm 0-2. But it's a St. Petersburg Chamber event, and they nominate people who are St. Petersburg business owners or people, and you are doing good things.
We're 0-3.
We're 0-3. Nardos, did you guys get? You got to unmute yourself. I'll unmute you. Hold on.
You muted.
There you go.
You muted me.
It's
No,
we're looking to probably speak to someone about the chamber for St. Pete. It's
Yeah.
been several years. It's probably we haven't been part of a chamber for about 5 years now because we've been moving from St. Pete, Clearwater to Largo, and I know that you don't have to always be within those borders, but we were Clearwater Regional for so long.
Yeah, I'm wondering. It's probably similar. We won Business of the Year last chamber we were part of, which was in Clearwater. So I'm assuming
Small
is
businesses.
it similar to that, or is it something different, or is it? What is it?
It's very similar. Last year we had different categories where you have, best museum, best restaurant, best bar. This year we're changing the categories. We're currently working on changing them. Also, because of the health crisis, we're currently thinking about having non-members awarded as well. Because they have done something exceptional for the community, just like Kazuba Distillery are making hand sanitizers for people, or Garces is giving, 500 meals for people in the service industry.
Okay, maybe shoot us a message after this, and that's something we'd like to talk about. Maybe just joining and being part of.
Perfect, thank you.
It's been quite some time. We could probably
Yeah.
use a membership with a local chamber.
Sure.
Sounds great.
Are you all hiring? Are the Nardos hiring?
We just actually hired someone today who was working with Disney on Ice. She's the physical therapist.
Yeah, she's a physical therapist. She's doing the Frozen show for Disney on Ice, and that whole program got canceled. Obviously, all spectating sporting events, things got canceled.
So they let her go immediately. I mean, it was nothing. I mean, I'm not affiliated with Disney, but I mean, it was to the point where they realized that they had shows canceled for 3 weeks out, and that was early on. And they were just like, we're cutting all costs.
I think she was in Canada at the time, and they go all over the world. She's like, I'm just trying to get back to my home, like the flights and everything. Which obviously it was time of chaos.
We're actually had the best week, I would say, this past week in the last 4 or 5 months, where people are sitting home, and that's for retail products on our website. Our other sector where we do product, development and private label for people, that's a little bit different because people are not ready to start a business right now. But for people shopping online, the margins are greater for us. But we're selling. People are just home shopping for products, and we're essential because we're selling sanitizer, we're selling cleansing products. We delivered to Amazon. We got a very big load in for a few customers with their name on the product. So it's actually worked out pretty well.
Is there any type of product, you know how you put on suntan sunscreen lotion? Is there any type of like antiviral lotion that's on the horizon, you know, instead of getting a sunburn?
We're not doing so much with the sunburn. We got an aloe gel coming out, and we're trying to just do like a low percentage of alcohol, so we don't want to dry the skin out. But we're trying to do something where it also helps fight bacteria and viruses, but not like an OTC product.
Yeah, we're also doing like a DIY, like do-it-yourself type kit. So we sell the aloe vera, and you mix the 2 parts, you know, alcohol, and make your own sanitizer. But also now we are selling sanitizer.
Yeah, our sanitizer now is a simple CDC approved 80% alcohol. It's alcohol, hydrogen peroxide, water, and glycerin. The thing is Nexus glycerin. It's going to be skyrocketed in a few weeks here in price if you can find it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting to become unfortunate.
It's going to hit the news tomorrow. I think WFLA first, so it'll be a big story for us, and then Bay News 9 hopefully next week, early next week.
Congratulations. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Okay, anybody else with a want or need?
I got something.
Anyone?
Me, Max. Hey,
Max, yeah.
Asking the boys, Nardos, do you guys have a line on 99% isopropyl? I can't get it anywhere.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I called, like, we reached out to a lot of resources, and it's just gone. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah.
I had a few gallons, like, thank God I had a few gallons, which I was just used for, like, sanitizing around the lab.
Yep.
So I used all that up. I made sanitizer, but now, so mine was 70%, 99 isopropyl, 20 glycerin, 6 aloe, and then just.
Well, we were saying,
can't get the alcohol.
We were saying earlier, like 80% is a little overkill, but they're just being very cautious because this is being mixed in, by distilleries now and stuff like that, where you're not really testing the formula. We're not doing, micro preservative testing, etc. But like, even my plastic right now, we've been buying plastic from last invoice of purchasing plastic, our last PO, it's 2x higher than it was 3 months ago. Yeah. I mean, it's just people are now buying these products that never purchased this in the ever in their career.
And the alcohol was something that was tough to get our hands on. That's why we initially launched just aloe vera in the beginning, because we were just like, you know what, if people have alcohol at home, mix it in there, get some sort of sanitizer, because people are buying up masses of it right now.
Yeah, you can't find it. And
Actually,
trying for weeks.
There's a lot of CBD, fellows in the group and ladies, and a CBD sanitizer is actually going to be something we'll be launching pretty soon.
Yeah,
full spectrum CBD.
Wow, very cool. Okay, well, thank you guys. Anybody else a want or need? Anyone? I think Tolosono needs a friend. Okay.
Yeah, he beat me to using that GIF in the back. Actually, I got a want and a need. If anybody has any friends or family that is really good at Minecraft and has been playing it for potentially 2 or 3+ years and may have a higher than average technical capacity with it, I'd like to talk to them and maybe quiz them and test them and train them. We're looking for just full-time support. So,
what's age range?
Not my 13-year-old cousin.
No, unfortunately, we need a minimum of 18 years old.
18 in what country?
All countries.
All right. Anybody else? I wish I played Minecraft. I used to play a lot of games. I took a picture of myself with my Atari 800 the other day as I'm cleaning my house out. I thought that was fun. Wow. Okay. So no other wants or needs.
I got one more.
All right, Max.
I'm still new to Zoom, like a week in. Where are you guys? How do you guys put these backgrounds?
I was wondering the same thing.
All right, so you go down. If you go down to the bottom of your screen, it says where mute and your video is. Next to your video is a little triangle arrow. Click on that, and it says choose virtual background. Just be careful because everyone's going to see it, and we are recording it, so we're all adults. It doesn't matter. Jenkins usually has some funny ones, people dancing and stuff, but it's a little more worn down this week after another long battle. But that's how you do it.
So you add your own images or videos to.
Correct. You just upload an image or a GIF, and you put it on there. So I can change mine around. I can yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So I can do something like this. I can remind people like, hey, please buy my book if you haven't. It's very funny. Okay, let's do success stories or successes and failures. So I want to hear from you guys. Give us some wins. Like the Nardos, for example, are, you know, selling a lot of products now. Max, Seth,
I have one that I'm kind of happy with.
Yeah.
One of my customers, he's a cave diver, and he was coming down to Gainesville to go to school. So he was buying a little kind of cave diving shack out in the woods somewhere. And because of the COVID stuff, he got recalled. So he kind of he's been living like the van life for 2 or 3 years. So he works as a EMT for like 2 or 3 months a year in New York State. And then the rest of the year he travels and dives. So he's gone back up to New York to help right now. And we're able to, he's closing in like a week, and we're able to do everything remotely. And we have like virtual notaries and like this whole shebang for him. So I'm feeling really good about helping him while he's supporting the whole medical process.
Very cool. Are you and thank you. Are you able to now do virtual closings?
Yeah, well, we've done mail away closings and that sort of thing for a while. So somebody can be in another place, but they have to take the paperwork to a notary and sign in person. And just this year, there's been a law passed in Florida where they can actually do virtual closings. So you get on a face-to-face video chat like this with a notary, and you can go through the process of verifying your identity and sign on video in front of them.
That's great. They, you know, when you, my father was a probate attorney, trusts and wills and so forth. And, you know, when you have larger wills, you want to videotape, you know, this was 10, 20 years ago, you want to videotape everybody because it's, you know, we're talking hundreds of thousands into millions of dollars. So it's nice that technology is caught up. I was in real estate for a long time. It's very frustrating that you got to drive across town. Even with insurance now today, you still have to mail them a check. You still have to, I make a joke every year. It's like, I really have to write down a physical paper check. Anyways, okay, thank you for your success. Anybody else have a success or a failure? It's good to share failures.
Mike, I got a failure for you that this time you're going to be careful with. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So we now we're not really communicating as much, you know, face to face or meeting with some of the reps. We put an order in for plastic, X amount of tubes, you know, all this stuff, and they required they actually, we did an email. I've been buying from this company for about 7 or 8 years. They emailed me back and said, you know, please follow our new wiring instructions. And I went to the bank, we wired the money. And then a few weeks later, I called them or I emailed them. They said, okay, wire the remaining 25%. But they required 75% down. When I spoke to my vendor to just check on the order and speak with them, that email was hacked.
Oh,
and we lost 100% of those funds that we wired.
Oh,
a bit of money. So people are getting creative now and trying to do what they can to kind of, you know, interrupt business and make money from knowing that there's this type of situation happening. But there was no way to retract that payment. So, I mean, really be careful with, you know, knowing that your contact and things are happening, that people are at home.
Yeah.
Find ways.
I'll bounce off of that. So that sort of stuff has been going on in real estate for years. And it's always a good thing to do that if you're sending a wire, get on the phone with the person you're wiring to and verify the account number. Like anybody that's doing a wire, you should do that. Because I don't know how, maybe Seth knows better, Jenkins, like they'll hack into the email. It's still an email from the person, but the document that's attached or the information that's attached, it's changed. So
it was Bank of America. I mean, I went to my bank and we just had 2 weeks went by. We had no idea.
Oh, fucking terrible.
Remaining 25% back because we didn't send the funds because we found out that would happen.
One of the big ICOs in 2018, they lost 33 million because right before the launch, somebody hacked their website and just updated the account information on their website of what account you were supposed to wire the funds. Just changed the number. That was it. Tiny little hack. Nobody noticed it. All the funds immediately an hour after the launch had been wired to that account number, which was not their account number, and they had no way to get it back.
Will blockchain technology take care of this?
I mean, you can't. The whole point is that like they changed the wallet, right?
Right.
Yes, you can secure your transactions, but if somebody gets a wrong wallet address, you can't just pull that shit back. It's not like there's global blockchain customer service that you can call up and be like, hey, my shit went to the wrong place.
Yeah, they call it spoofing. It's really just a social engineering technique. They're just trying to play off of your lack of checking every single detail, and eventually something gets through.
Yeah,
it'll be nothing more than just like a URL that they add a single letter to it, so it looks like something that you expect to see accounts at google.com, but Google is spelled with an I instead of an E or some small thing like that.
It's amazing amount of fuckery that's afoot. And you're right, it is the social engineering. There was an interesting documentary I saw maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and these guys were pros and they hacked everybody. They called the phone company and they had a lady calling with a kid crying in the background, and she got the person, she said, oh, my boyfriend, blah, blah, blah. She got hold on, I'm admitting people here. She got all the information. And so you're right, it is the social engineering. No matter how good the encryption is between human to human, it's the breakdown at the human level. So we had some people jump in. They're all old. I'm not going to call you old timers, but you've been around for a long time, so you know the rules. Simi, I'll unmute you first. Will you tell us who you are and what you do?
Hi, my name is Simi, and I work for the CEO of a private equity firm.
Okay, very cool. Welcome. And then Johnny Shaw, I will unmute you. Tell us who you are and what you do, my friend.
Well, Mike, you know me. How you doing, Mr. Novella? Johnny Shaw, Storm Designs. I have my own business. I basically am a digital marketing agency, and I help people solve problems of connectivity and all that good stuff.
Very cool. Well, good to see you, Johnny. We'll go next to Corey. That's good. They all came in together. Corey Van Valen, the Magic Man. What's up, brother?
What's up, guys? Yo, this is probably my favorite ESC meeting. I can do this in my underwear.
We all are.
From the waist down, of course.
I don't have underwear on.
So for everyone that's here, I couldn't really see everyone's face yet, but my name's Corey Van Valen. I am the quarantine magician. Not a quarantine magician, I am the quarantine magician. I've been having a lot of fun during this isolation time, still fulfilling the satisfaction I get from going out and about while being at home doing virtual magic, opening up a whole new field for me. So if there's any kind of party you guys are having, like a Zoom party, let me know. I'll keep you guys nice and entertained and laughing, and I'm easy to find, so yeah.
So if you guys don't know Corey, he's fantastic and an exceptional up close magician, card magician. I don't know what the exact term is, maybe up close magic, but
also I've been doing my stage shows. My last one was sold out and got canceled, but so it's same with like a big party, the 100 people, I can do close up, or if it's an intimate party, I can do a whole show for everyone as well.
Very cool. What are your rates different? If you guys got to bounce at any time, it's all cool. No worries. Good to see you. Yep. Always good to see everybody. I appreciate you popping in. We still do this every Thursday, 6 to 8. Corey, what are you different rates now, or?
Yeah, at this kind of point in time, I'm appreciating every opportunity, and I'm just kind of taking donations. I don't have a rate. Maybe if you guys have insight on that, it'd be cool. But I've just been taking it as, because everyone's going through hard times. If they are willing to donate this, I'll take it. If it's free, I'll do it for free. I'm enjoying it.
DJ Chris Craze has been spinning. He's one of the region's top DJs. You got to book him like you now, months, maybe even a year in advance. And he just sets up where he's spinning on Facebook every morning, and he's got his Venmo and his other pay me apps right there, and throw him $10-20 a set, whatever. So you probably could do the same and just mention, hey, I'm like you, man, I'm working. So sometimes you have to remind people to tip.
Yeah.
Some of us in the industry are good tippers because we realize how fucking hard it is to do
if you don't mind me interrupting, how would you like go about that? Because we had a group class the other night, and I wanted to put like a tip jar up there, and I didn't know if you could Venmo that, or what do you think would be a good thing to?
That's what he did. He had Venmo, PayPal. He just, he put a graphic up on the screen, and it's I'm Chris Craze, and you can tip me at.
So how's Venmo work with like?
You just put your
no, I mean how's it sync up with your with my business account? Like, can I just take that as income for my business if I?
Sure. Just a tip? Yeah, of course. It's just a gateway from somebody to give you money.
Is it just the tip?
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
You tell it what account to attach to.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go to Jacqueline. I'm going to unmute you. Why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
All right, sounds good. So my name is Jacqueline, and I the JDC Experience. So I'm an event planning company. I've switched to virtual events. So actually on Wednesdays, I've been hosting a little networking event as well, just to kind of get some other people in. And so that's just me, Jacqueline with the JDC Experience. And if anybody, I'm trying to put on some kind of virtual event with some DJs as well. So I might be able to utilize you with your magician stuff. So I might reach out and see what we can do for you.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's definitely connect after this.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Corey's fantastic. He was an Entrepreneur Social Club member, I don't know, 6 years ago. He came in and sucked up all of our good advice like a sponge. And like everyone who pays attention and applies it, man, his business exploded. So I even have to be like, Corey, dude, man, I need you at Nova next year. Fit me in. He's like, well, I'm in Vegas. I'm in New York, Toronto.
Let me say, my favorite thing about Nova is if you ask a good question, you'll get a good answer. If you ask a great question, you'll get a great answer. If you ask a stupid question, you might get roasted by everyone. Not roasted, but you'll be known that it's a stupid question. But it all reflects on how prepared you are and how in depth you think into it.
And where are you now? Are you in St. Pete?
I'm in Oldsmar. I'm at home right now with the parents. It's kind of keeping it local right now, obviously, but I was in freaking across the world today doing a show out in somewhere in the Middle East. It was a whole show for 1,000 people in the Middle East today.
That's awesome.
On Instagram
cool.
Live, yep.
Wow. You get paid in dollars or Bitcoin or?
This one, I just did a 10-minute thing because I wanted to do it, build my kind of international audience like that.
You know what? I have an influencer that I met just completely randomly. Remind me, she's in Dubai, but she has 500,000 followers on YouTube. Fantastic, big heart. She's connecting, but she is a real influencer especially in Dubai and that region. So just remind me, her name's Haifa.
Especially if she's doing any like Instagram social media lives, if she wants someone to jump in,
huge.
That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I'm definitely, yes, I'm writing that shit down.
Okay, definitely. So before you all jumped in, Jacqueline, Johnny, Corey, and Simi, we were talking about wants and needs or success or failure stories. And we are recording this, so you know. Do you all have anything that we can help you with, a want or need, or do you have anything you want to share as a failure or success?
I have one, Michael.
Okay.
It's Anna.
Oh, okay.
So my main business is in the wedding industry. As you guys can know, it's kind of come to a standstill from that. But my influencer business, we do a lot of stuff with local restaurants. So we started doing a fundraiser where we're raising money for local restaurants and donating that. And those restaurants take that money, make the food, and give that to hospital workers. So we've raised about $1,000 so far. And we're going to be doing our first food delivery to the hospitals.
That's awesome. So somebody was asking me about that today, like, hey, I want to make t-shirts to raise money for somebody. I'm like, don't do t-shirts. You know, yeah, you've got men's and women's and small, medium, large, extra petite, and all the inventory. And at the end, you might make $3, $4, $5 on a shirt when you're done.
That all being said, here's my t-shirt if you guys want to buy it for $29. I'm kidding. It is my t-shirt though. Selfish shame promotion. You got to throw it in when I can.
That's right. Well, look at my screen, dude. $20, buy my book. But so Anna, once again, so you're raising money, and you raise $1,000. and you're going to spend it at restaurant ABC, and then you're going to take that food and feed. So you're raising money for two groups actually.
So the restaurants get to decide how much. I'm not going to dictate how much they want to donate. I'm working with already kind of already say, all right, well, we're gonna spend, let's say if it's a pizza place, $5 for a personal pan pizza. So if I give them $500, then I know that the hospital is going to get $100 or 100 meals out of that. And then of course the restaurant they're charging their normal rate, so they get to make revenue too. So it's a win-win on both occasions.
And what did you call that? What would be a good name for that? Because I think that's a much better model than, trying to do t-shirts, for example.
Yeah, it's called Together Tampa Bay. Is what it's called. And if you guys want to donate, we have a GoFundMe. It's called Together Tampa Bay.
And so let's say I'm going to donate $50. Do I get to push that 50 towards a specific restaurant?
No, right now we're picking. This is kind of the first week we've done it. So we have one specific restaurant that we've chosen for this first round. It's Tampa Bay Pizza Company. It's over in South Tampa. I'm in Tampa. But then the next $500 ish will go to a different restaurant, and then we always promote which restaurant it's going to and which hospital it's going to. So the first round is going to TGH, Tampa General, and then Tampa Bay Pizza Company.
Okay, very cool. I think that's great, and it's called Together Tampa Bay. How do they find it on Facebook, or just type in Together Tampa Bay, or?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm not putting a lot of effort and time into creating like a separate platform for it. We're running it through Tampa Bay Influencers, which is my business, and just using the hashtag Together Tampa Bay. But again, if you want to donate, you can there's a GoFundMe for it. It's called Together Tampa Bay.
Okay.
But there's a lot of those. There's very similar organizations doing this. So there's a lot of great stuff happening in the community in terms of raising a lot of money for restaurants and medical workers.
Yeah, it seems that we were talking in the beginning of the meeting that the people who need the money the most are going to have the hardest time, because there are a lot of cash businesses. They're not keeping records, paying people under the table, day labor, all that stuff. So the small mom and pop businesses, restaurants are getting hammered. We have been supporting brick and mortar, which is one of our favorites. So what we've been doing, it was my birthday, April 1st. I ride my bike almost every night if I can, at least 5 days a week. And so we did a bike ride. We met there on my birthday, and then last night was Kathleen's birthday. We met there at 6, drank a bottle of wine, do drops, smoke, whatever what everybody ever likes to do. And then ordered food and went for a bike ride for a couple hours and came back at 8, and the food was all ready, and holy shit, man, his food's good. But it feels good to, support the local businesses. But they had said that they were down, probably 70%. They were 70% off would be my best guess. So, of course their costs come down, but I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Do we need to pick a back to work date? I mean, is June 1st, are we back to work, or what is transition?
Definitely not back to work on June 1st. That's just the date that they're saying, so we don't freak the fuck out.
Right, but I mean, those of us who have businesses that we have to actually plan, I mean, your business.
What happened to May 4th or May? So Pinellas extended it now to June, or that's what the government's saying is by June we should be done with all this, or we're just guessing June?
We're just guessing. I'm just saying, for somebody, my business is about planning. So Anna understands, and if you're in the event world, Jackie understands for sure. It's not like, hey, I need my shit fixed and we can do it, or get a haircut, where you can just do a walk and go. I mean, we're months and months and months, and sometimes a year in advance of planning for these complicated events that can involve, up to 100 people, and it's like an orchestra, one-day play. And so
the only knowledgeable way to pursue this at this point is probably to look at things about a month out and know that basically we're going to know more in 2 weeks than we know today, and we could be starting to get back open in about a month, and anything beyond that at this point is just going to have a large degree of uncertainty to it. you can hope, you can want, you can even start making some plans, but recognize that, you know what, if it gets worse, if things take a turn in the wrong direction over the next couple of weeks, that might not happen. But let's make sure that if things proceed to kind of normalize a little bit, that we can, you know, at least get the wheels turning again in 3 weeks to 4 weeks, and recognize that it's going to take some time. It's not going to be like you're going to open Nova one day and it's going to be just like it was 3 months ago. It's going to open slowly, and things are going to have to, you know, gears are going to start moving. And I think it's going to catch up a little bit more like that for most businesses. You know, I think that too many people trying to give a date to it, it's kind of, you know, if you think you can put a date on it, you're kind of bullshitting somebody. Whereas if you put the possibility of it, that, you know what, this could be starting to normalize in like 3 weeks. Yeah, it's absolutely possible. It's, I don't want to say likely or not. You know, you'd have to have a lot more information than most of us do to have any certainty about that.
Johnny,
I think it's going to be a moving target for a while. That it's going to be a lot of stop and go, and you just got to roll with the punches and just, you know, have tentative dates and just say, hey, this is going to be a rolling target. It's going to be a moving target. We're hoping for this date, but it could change. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I have a wedding in New York that was supposed to be scheduled for the end of this month, and they gave me a tentative date now of September that I could fly up there to decorate. So I think everybody's just pushing it into the fall, unfortunately, in terms of what I'm seeing event planning wise.
Yeah, Anna, what are you seeing globally? Because you're looking at all of the venues and everything. I mean, it's, you know, we pushed everybody out through the end of May and rescheduled.
Yeah, I mean, my personal uneducated opinion of what's going to happen is, I mean, I think that Trump's going to try to get businesses back to work sooner rather than later. But just because people can leave doesn't mean that they're going to. And like, I do think that restaurants and maybe getting your hair cut, nails done, that type of thing, people are going to want to do that. On the event side, I think they're just going to be really hesitant for going to a place with 100 other people or 200 other people. I don't know. It's Florida. Florida will go to an event with 1,000 people and not care. So who knows?
Yeah, Florida's its own test case, its own petri dish for sure. You know, I was thinking I go to the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show. I went with Seth this year, which was fantastic. And there's a lot of health tech is a big thing. And I'm thinking, okay, here we are, 2020. Nobody knows if you have the COVID. You can get a test, but then you can catch it the next day. So I've been thinking in my sci-fi brain that at some point they'll have a watch you could wear, and the watch would sense into your skin. I don't know whether it would, you know, lightly prick or touch the hair or whatever the sensor would be, and would give you a, you know, systems check as to, you know, here's your blood pressure, here's your blood sugar, here's the diseases that are in your body. How far away are we from that? I'll ask people like Seth, who loves to talk about stuff like this.
They've been doing the tricorder competition for a couple of years now. There's a guy in town, Tracy Ingram, who's been involved with it for quite a bit. So it's just one of those things that people are giving prizes to achieve. How many years away it is, who knows? But
and you call it the tricorder?
Yeah, so it's a tricorder challenge. It's the idea that you can create the tricorder from Star Trek that'll be able to scan you and get all your vitals without having to touch you, basically.
Yeah. It is weird. Thank you. It is weird.
So
you know, even when, you know, we're bike riding last night, everybody's keeping their distance, but it is a strange thing because we're such social creatures. You know, when you see somebody, you're always like, "What's up?" You want to hug them. You know, the fist, the elbow. I mean, it's behavior that's so subconscious to us. And especially if you watch people. I went to hospice the other day. Sadly, a good friend of mine is dying, and even the nurses. You know, she has a mask on and she's trying to talk to the patient. You can't understand each other. You have to, what's that? And especially if somebody's sick. So then the nurse will pull it down to be heard, defeating the whole process. So it seems that we really need to kind of up our game I spent time, going back to Corey, I spent time in the Middle East, and the ladies who have to wear the full suit, I forget what it's
Burqa.
called. Bill Maher called
Burqa.
burqa. Okay, so there's the full burqa, and then there's a burqa with the thing over the like another layer, like curtains over the burqa, like a full another layer over it. But it seems that in terms of disease, Nick Bear has entered the waiting room. Okay, welcome, Nick. That as a way to stay safe, it's probably not a bad idea. Certainly, being able to see out of it, but the clothing itself covers your entire body. So maybe something to think about in terms of like, safety clothing.
I'm imagining designer hazmat, like hazmat
Right.
gear that actually looks a little bit more like clothing and figuring that, maybe in another year or two, let's hope not, by the way, but in another year or two, it could be common that like, oh, that's like the Gucci hazmat for 2022. And that's actually really cool looking.
Yeah.
I think, Michael, though, that the on testing, the idea that there might be a 1-hour swab would make such a significant difference. And while a Star Trek style tricorder will be great, my guess as a person who studied industrial design and does keep some eye on electronics and trends is that we're 40, 50 years away before they can point a thing at your head and say, oh, he has COVID, put him into isolation or give him this shot and now you don't. But because of demand, specifically demand and some of the genius that's out there in the biological community, I think we're probably months, not years away from a swab that can be put into a dish and an hour later you're going to
Well, they're working on that. My cousin works at St. Anthony's here, and she was saying this week or next they're supposed to get either a 15-minute or 30-minute test. So it's going to be a lot faster, and they're going to be able to do it on site. But also, I think what's going to be really relevant soon is being able to show and prove that you have antibodies. So you had it and you recovered from it, and theoretically you're not capable of transmitting it anymore.
See, I heard, that's what I was about to ask too, because I heard that they should have a test out in the next week or so. Because, a lot of us probably could have had it at this point. We're asymptomatic, never showed, and we're immune. So they will have a test, or what I'm understanding is that they will have a test to know that. And then basically those people are really safe to be back in the workforce and, doing whatever.
You can even hug them.
Yeah.
Yay.
So hopefully that's out really soon. And then, like, say I have a few barbers that have had it. They're immune to it now. As long as they keep their station sanitized after each client and make sure everything, and we keep everything else sanitized, at least we don't have to worry about the staff getting sick. But we also have to obviously worry about our clients, and that's the biggest concern too. I don't know, it's a nightmare. I'm muting myself.
Wasn't Japan or Asia doing various tracking as well, similar to how they do Kobe beef? They were tracking kind of the life cycle of products as they were going from farm to table and actually giving you permission slips or like stamps of approval, like so-and-so who tested positive and had a fever of like 70 degrees
Contact
Celsius.
tracking.
Yeah, exactly. So they were telling you what their temperature was when they arrived, when their last test was, who handled what, and that kind of stuff.
Hey,
It
you
wasn't
guys,
so
I'm
much
gonna
a test, just like the temperature and so on. Like you had the temperature of the chef, and then the temperature of the delivery driver on each one of the deliveries.
I'm going to unmute Nick. Nick, will you just in 30 seconds or less tell us who you are and what you do?
All right, guys. I'm not sure you can hear me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some of you know I've been in the digital marketing space, and I'm continuing to do that, where I've partnered with a 7-figure earner and someone who's created multiple 6-figure earners through a full-service digital marketing agency. Many people don't know it was actually solar that brought me to Tampa Bay. The owner of that solar company is now working for Solar Bear, and I'm excited to be representing Solar Bear as a sales number one solar company, founded in St. Pete, by the way. Many of you may know. 400 plus reviews, 4.8 stars on Google. So that's what I'm up to these days.
Excellent.
Nice. And then Christine, Agile Marketing. I don't think we've heard who you are yet.
Oh, hold on. You got to unmute you.
Still can't hear you.
Hey, Chris.
Christine? No.
Maybe check your mic settings.
This mic's good.
Christine is awesome, by the way. I told her about Entrepreneur Social Club about a month ago, so I'm glad she's on the call.
Oh, very cool. And we are recording this, 6 to 8. The rules, if you don't know, are no religion, no politics, no liars, no bullies, no thieves. And we'll try again for Christine. Nope. Nope. While Christine's getting the thing on, I bought this from a y'all recognize the symbol. I bought this when I was somewhere in Africa, Zimbabwe maybe. It is Afrikaans for dangerous, so it's a play off the word Atari. If you all don't know, Atari was one of the early video game companies.
Hey, Michael,
That's copyright infringement.
Yep, you can go track him down, give you his name, and
hey, Mike, for not bringing things back and buying things when you travel, you have a lot of things from other countries.
Shut up. She bought a copy of my book last night. She told me she's gonna burn it.
I have to read it first.
So you can read. I didn't know. Never mind. Christina, you want to try again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So I just took you off of my, all right, whatever. So glad that got figured out. My name is Christine. I am my own owner. I run my own agency. So I take agile marketing and help businesses prioritize their growth potential, whether it's sustaining and refoundating the basics with getting reviews, social media backup, getting in front of old lead lists like that, and then move into like lead generation and help grow and scale their business as a partner and a consultant with that agile mindset of being able to always make changes and adapt as things happen, because look at what happened. We weren't expecting this. So it's just about constantly staying optimistic and moving and having that accountability partner with you too.
Very cool. And how do we find you?
You can find me on Facebook. I'm pretty much on most websites. My business name is C Frameworks. So I have a website up. It's not the best, but it's getting there. That's agile, just getting the minimal viable product out there and then making changes to get better.
Very cool. Well, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Well, you're welcome. And Nick, thanks for jumping in. I muted you. If you haven't used Zoom before, you can hover your mouse over the 3 little dots on your own image, and you can rename yourself. And you can also down on the bottom, I don't know what your device you're using, but next to the stop video, to turn your personal video off, you can, that's funny, Jennifer. You can you can upload your own background. So you can do some fun stuff. To give everybody a little background, like I'm going to show you all that I'm a trillionaire. So, okay, so we were doing success stories. So since we had a couple new people, Nick or Christine, do you have a want or need or success story you'd like to, or failure that you'd like to share with the group? Simi, you always have something interesting. Anybody that jumped in? Seth, you got anything going on?
I have a good failure that I wasn't able to, I was answering the door for Jackie earlier. Yeah, so you guys were talking about getting hacked, and I just want to recommend anybody who does remote access, especially if it's to a critical system such as accounting, always use 2-factor authentication. I had a client nearly went bankrupt. They had an operating account, like, I'm not telling you who the client is, so it doesn't matter, but like they had an operating account of like $1.5 million, $2 million. And the person, the best we can tell, the person took their phone to a cell phone repair shop, and it was a little bit shady. And they asked for a password, even though they were just repairing the screen. You don't need a password to change the screen, FYI. But they had gotten on his phone, best we can tell, and gotten the username and password for his remote access. Remote access into the accountant's computer and then installed some malware so that they were able to pop up a fake username and password prompt. The accountant didn't know what she was doing because most end users don't. I'm in the computer industry, I would have noticed. But she put in the username and password for QuickBooks payroll, and then they changed some of the employees' information, created new employees, and just started paying themselves as much as they could until the bank account was like $200,000 or $300,000 in the hole.
Wow.
And so they were down $1.5 million plus $200,000 or $300,000 in the hole because the bank apparently didn't realize, hey, this doesn't seem normal. But they didn't notice it because they just did everything in QuickBooks. So they weren't doing their like online banking or anything. They knew how much was supposed to be in the account based off of QuickBooks. And you only have 3 days after an ACH transfer to dispute it. So they had no recourse. They had the FBI show up. They did all their investigation. As far as I know, they've never gotten any of the money back. They just lost like $2 million.
Wow.
So, two-factor authentication every time.
And don't give out your password. Do not give out your password.
Yes. Also, don't give out your password to your phone when they're supposed to be repairing your screen, and don't save all of your passwords without some sort of a secondary password on your phone.
Got it. Thank you for that.
Horror story is the correct word.
Yeah, it's a fucking horror story. Thank you. I think
Mike, I was going to ask you real quick though. You said it was your birthday just the other week. Did you get a chance to like blow out the candles at all? Did you blow out any candles? Did you make any wishes or anything? If you'd like to blow out the candles right here, right now for all of us.
Yeah, okay.
Here, blow it out. Hurry up. Blow it out. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Thank you. And Kathleen did the
just happened?
Maria.
Corey, were you burning his book?
That was
I got the suggestion from you.
we had Maria join us. So Maria, I'm going to unmute you, and will you tell us who you are and what you do?
Hi, everyone. My name is Maria Garces. I am a marketing manager at a local healthcare technology company. It's been a while since I've been to ESC. I tried to do my own thing about last year, but the whole thing of owning a business was just too much, and I'm pretty young, so I didn't want to get into all of it. I also had some problems with my model, and then I got a job on the side to do something part-time, and I ended up loving it. So it really worked out.
And will you tell us, thank you, will you tell us what you're doing now then?
Yeah. So right now I'm a marketing manager for a healthcare technology company. So then we created the footwear sanitizing station. So you step onto it, it activates, and then it kills all the pathogens on the soles of your shoes, as well as the human coronavirus in 8 seconds. So thank goodness I'm still employed, and things are going really well.
There's yeah, thank you for that. My dad used to make a joke. He dealt with the funeral business a lot, and there was your loss is our gain type of
yeah
mentality. So the Nardo brothers were on here. They're doing well right now with their online. Seth is killing it in Minecraft. So we definitely want to celebrate those of you who are doing well. That's nice. Some people like Justin have just said fuck it and are day drinking at noon.
Burn money, bitches!
Oh, I day drink too. Don't worry about it.
Cheers.
Christopher Tolosano too.
Cheers from the beach.
Yeah. So we had asked some questions earlier, which was, are we going to have another shutdown this year? So if you joined in the last half an hour, raise your hand if you think we're going to have an additional shutdown in 2020?
Like because of coronavirus or the government?
For any virus, just another
Oh,
viral.
anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I think both of those. Yeah, that was
Like my
actually
business.
perfect.
It depends.
What is your guess though? This is a, yes or no type of thing. So most of us said it'll definitely happen again, and then some of us said it'll happen again in 2020. So like for my business, it's the worst thing that could happen because it's all planning. I can't like reopen up. Like Max, for example, is luckier in that regard because he can open up his barber shop and tomorrow start cutting hair. For me, there's a lag. Corey can go right back to work, making people laugh and smile. So what do you guys think?
I think we're going to keep. I think it's going to be on 6-month intervals where they say, yeah, everybody can go back to the new norm.
Right.
And I think it's just gonna ebb and flow. I think it's just gonna be. I think it's gonna be a period where it's gonna be stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. But who am I to know?
Okay.
That's just me talking out of my ass.
Well, we all are at this point. Thank you, Nick. You had your hand raised. I'm unmuting you.
Oh yeah. Just to answer the question, basically, what's great about the solar industry in particular is it is an essential business. So people still need power, they still need electricity, and we can supply that power and that electricity through solar energy, which is going to cost less than what people are typically spending. And it's an inflation-proof business. So regardless of what's going on, people still need to power their homes. And so I provide an affordable solution for doing just that.
And what's the name of your company again? The company
Solar Bear.
Solar
Bear, and it's the title of my my name and number.
Got it. Okay. Who else is new? Who's a first timer? Christine, are you first timer? Nick, have you been in before? You've been in before, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. Who else is anybody else a first timer? Papa Joe was here. Shut up, Kim.
Kim is not a first timer.
So I missed the part when the meeting's over and I can have a drink and we go to dinner and then somebody goes, let's go in the alley and we smoke a J.
I can't wait to do that shit with y'all.
Really made that work. Yeah.
So I guess the meeting's gonna end in a couple minutes. We could tell some funny stories to lighten the mood.
Well, I got a quick magic trick once everyone's done talking. To wrap it all up at the very end. Yes,
Okay.
let's do one last quick magic trick.
Okay, we'll save you for the gunpowder at the end.
Yeah.
I want to introduce my new friend.
Okay.
Well, since I'm quarantined alone, I went to Pet Pals and I found this little girl. It's 5 pounds of cuddle lovin's. Her name's Dipper, and the shelters are now closed because they can't adopt any more dogs. But I'm doing a fundraiser on my Facebook page for Pet Pals, and if they end up having to close, they will need fosters. So if you need a friend, there's friends out there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That the animals could use homes, and people that are sitting home right now chewing the paint off their walls could probably use a friend. So that sounds like that could be.
It's amazing.
A better alternative.
Real quick, Michelle, I didn't realize you were on this. I saw some negativity about your CBD a few days ago on Facebook. I don't know if you're aware of it, but I guess you had some people going door to door, putting flyers on people, no mask, no gloves, touching one person's door to the next person's door.
I'll address this. This is one crazy guy that was really mad. It wasn't all like that. It was a while back, and she was putting door knockers on the doors when it was still allowed. It's not allowed anymore.
This was a couple weeks ago, I remember.
We're not doing that anymore, but this guy was really mad. He called the police. The police came, and they were like, they just came because you always have to. We didn't do anything wrong, but we're not doing it anymore. We were doing everything we could to have business, but she wasn't rubbing her hands all over the door and stuff in the thing.
I think Joe and I were drunk a couple weeks ago. zipping around town, and we called Seth and told him that if he didn't come home, we were trying to bust in on him. We were going to come and lick his door handles.
And Joe can actually get to my front door and knows how to get through it, and it's kind of freaky.
It is. Maria, I think you wanted to say something.
Yes, please. Okay, so I am in need of like an assistant type of person, someone that knows like graphic design, can help me with like daily like marketing tasks, really be like my person for anything, because I am the marketing manager, but there's a lot of other things that I'm a part of. So just someone that's like really sharp, really creative, and graphic design skills would be awesome. The position would start off as needed, but then the idea is that it would transition to like a full-time assistant position. And it's 100% remote, but I do want it to be someone in the St. Pete or Tampa area, so that we can meet occasionally and hang out.
What's the pay?
Oh, that's to be determined. So it all depends on their skills, the kind of package we end up figuring out. But it is really good. I will definitely ensure that it's
What's
very
the minimum?
fair.
What's the minimum so people?
I would think this would be I'd have to discuss it with the COO, but I would think minimum is 15, minimum. But I don't see it being that, because we need someone that's skilled.
$15 an hour? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Is that? Is anybody? I think Seth was looking for somebody in that range. Did you have any luck, Seth?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I find success in that range, but it's typically because I'm location independent. I can find people in Honduras and Australia and Romania and stuff like that. Few people I do get in the U.S., it just gets a little bit more difficult, especially. It's all about local labor laws and what they allow themselves to do. And in
Yeah,
the US,
what I
it's
was
a little bit
thinking
more
is, so I think that minimum would be 15, because that's what our like associates are. But then what I was thinking for this position was probably more around like 20 something. So then that's when it starts getting better. That's what I would think for that position.
I have 3 people that do exactly what you're talking about. One's in Vegas, and others in like Missouri, and the other one's down here in Florida, and they all get paid anywhere between 10 and 15. So it's doable.
Oh, really? Oh,
but
so you
like,
can find people.
Yeah, but to have them physically in this location is kind of difficult. Chris, what was that hiring program that you were talking about? Would it apply?
Tampa Tech Hire, and that might actually be a good match for that. But the thing is, like,
If they get back to
$15
you.
an hour is like, that's our barest bone entry level compensation. And if you need somebody who's actually got some skills in that space,
Yeah, no, it would be more, but I don't know the exact no. I would think it's closer to 20 something, but I don't know exactly.
Yeah, there's a big difference from what you can get overseas for quality people, just not here in the United States. I mean, the price goes way up here in the US. So $15 an hour in the United States, I don't know what you're going to find. But around the world for $15 an hour is 15 times what some people are getting paid.
Yeah,
very, very
that's
smart,
true.
hardworking. So
Have you tried like a virtual assistant? That sort of thing?
Yeah, the thing is that what's really hard for me is that I have particular standards when it comes to how work should be done. So it's just really hard for me to like have to pick up the phone and be like, why is it not like this? It has to be like that.
That's
or like
really training. That's really training and develop. That really comes in the training. I've known people who have hired VAs to do that kind of work, and once you train them, you'll have success.
Yeah.
You may want
I wanted someone that was ready, but maybe training would be good.
Trains you're gonna have to
critical
train
at that level, at the $15 an hour to $25 even an hour. Really, that's probably going to require a lot of patience on your part, as opposed to like, have you considered maybe for some of the skills for the graphic design, which I do that, but not at that level. But for some of those higher end skills, just hire that to a specific agent who does just that logo, that flyer, and then the virtual assistant for a plethora of other tasks.
That's really good advice, I think. I think that's really good
is.
advice to separate.
It is a good idea.
Just differentiating for labor is pretty good, but you're all kind of undervaluing the college student. I specialize, most of my staff is around that age, and we do find $15 an hour graphic artists who have 3D modeling skills, Adobe skills. They have a couple of years of experience. They may have won a program inside of college that they did on some side thing about marketing whatever, that exists as an entry level. You'll probably keep them for between 6 months to 18 months. And your goal is to train them out of you. You're paying that low price because you're giving them education along the way. And as long as you're giving them some sort of value added in that scenario, then they're going to stay with you for a year or more, and you're going to give them such capacity that they're going to get hired for $25, $30 an hour out of you. You're going to be very proud of them because that's what you were trading. You were giving.
Can you set that up in a way where they're also training the replacement?
Yeah. I mean, everything that you do should be documented. If you don't use it, you have some sort of doc-based system. We use something called Nuclino, but it's just anything that does a white paper of every single task that you have. I mean, it should be down to the dimensions of your pictures, to the workflows that attach to your task management software. Everything is tracked and has metrics and has specific write-ups for every single step of the process.
We've certainly done a lot of that, and there's something to be said for that. If the work that you're getting done is very formulaic, if it doesn't require a lot of decision making, if it's following specific templates, that kind of stuff is okay.
That's the thing. I need someone that can take initiative, that's autonomous, that's sharp, that will be like, oh, I know how to solve this. You know, like we have two people that are in school, and I tried working with them, but it's just like the kind of help I need sometimes is a lot, and I can't sit there and explain everything. You know, like I just want someone I could trust to just do it right, and then we'll review it and make maybe some changes, and it'll be ready. So then that's
Maria,
kind of
I might
where
be
I'm
able
at.
to help you. I do social media management for a lot of restaurants, so I'm mostly hospitality, but I do all their graphics and things like that. So I may be able to touch base with you in terms of seeing what kind of graphics and if my skill level, because I own Croissante Concierge as well as my event planning. So I'm a virtual assistant, so I can see what kind of graphics you're looking for, maybe show you some of my work, and if it matches, I would love to help you out with some of that stuff. I'm not doing much right now, so.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. And if any of you know anyone that you could just send to me, like someone that's maybe around, like that, because I want to build a relationship. That's the thing. I want to build a relationship. It's not just like getting work out of them. I want essentially make them my right hand person as we move along in the company, you know. And that's what I'm looking to build.
Okay. So we just popped over on our time. Do we have any final? Let's see. Hold on. Where's Corey? He was going to do a final. Because we're supposed to end at 8. We'll go to 8:03.
Yes.
All right.
So I got something really quick for you guys. I don't know how much time we have, but it's so quick. I imagine a lot of people during quarantine, they have a lot more free time. And a lot of people are probably smoking a lot more. But there's a new tactic that if you take a cigarette, it's so much quicker and lasts so much longer. Now, I will say this is my third virtual kind of thing today, and I'm probably going to play Cards Against Humanities with some friends later. But I'm doing a lot of virtual magic. This is the coolest visual thing I have for you guys. I have an adult-rated joke with this, but I'm going to refrain from that for here.
No, it's okay. We're all adults. Yeah.
We can run it?
Yeah.
Let's send it. All right.
This is an A+ crowd.
You
What
will
is it?
not offend us. Please try.
Sure, I'm a kid. I'm not really my age.
You guys are making me look for my dirtiest trick now. Shit. What is the commonality between a Rubik's Cube and a penis?
You both put them in your hand.
Ooh, that's kind of close to mine. Someone earlier said the more you play with it, the harder it gets.
Yeah.
They're both hard to solve.
Yeah. I met a girl that she said she can finish mine. Some girl said she can finish mine in 60 seconds. It's like, the cube, no way. I mean, I can do it in 10 seconds with one hand. The cube. The cube.
Right.
Here, watch. If you take the cube all mixed up, all you do is you take it and you throw it behind your back and catch it, and it solves itself.
Nice.
Oh,
now, let's do it one more time, and I got one last 3-second trick. The coolest thing about the second time around, you guys are paying a lot more attention. So watch the cube. It's going to happen on the count of 3. 1, 2. Now, the thing is, you guys are paying so much attention. I have to find an offbeat moment, kind of like that. Yeah.
Whoa, what the?
Last but not least, because someone started it earlier, and I'm going to finish it. Someone earlier said something about just the tip. Now, you guys see what this is, right?
Yeah.
It's a very average size. Size doesn't matter. I don't care what they say. It's all about personality. But watch the. See, if you take it, you just give it a little rub, and whoa!
Very good.
The thing is, it's cold in Florida, so that always happens.
You're awesome.
And kind of like the cigarette trick. Oh, that looks wrong. Oh, God.
Very good.
So if you guys ever want to have private Zooms with your friends, let me know. This is just tip of the iceberg. Just the
All
tip.
right. So I'm gonna stop the recording, but we can continue.